SHODO-O!
Win! Authorize.
Hey guys, welcome to the 30th episode of the SHODO-O podcast. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Josh?
Spread your wallet and prepare for a force.
Good one.
No! Oh
I like
no!
I like it.
It's
Just so you know,
Malunis.
it said wallet.
Yes, I'm aware. We were one word away from something very different. But yeah, we are going to be talking about Flying Falcon this week, along with some of the other news. And then, for our topic, I just recently got SHODO-O, and if we have enough time, we're going to be talking about the fabled Ride 10.
10.
Yes?
Yes.
10. Cool. So, yeah, we've got 01 stuff, mostly a little bit of Ryusoulger. We're going to sprinkle it in there. What's up?
This is probably the most unsurprising blog post because not only did they say before we were going to start doing the Another Writer wave again, but this also got preempted by the magazine leaks.
You
Yes, it
mean
did.
spoiled?
Well,
I mean,
It-
the
it-
magazine wasn't leaked. I mean, it was an officially released magazine.
I always assumed it was leaked because it's supposed to come out at the start of the next month.
Oh, really?
Because that's why it's like a spoiler, because it's coming out.
Oh, wow.
I think that's how it works, because it's covering all the things that are coming out that month.
Gotcha.
I wasn't aware, honestly.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
neither
weird
was
that,
I.
like, this month was, like, sort of like a punchy month for both Kamen Rider and Sentai, and then next month is more of an icy month.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy month.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about the blog post. Now, Malunis, since you brought it up to the crew earlier on in the week, why don't you tell us about Flying Falcon?
Well, he's very magenta, and
That's
the blog
right.
is the blog is continuing to kind of flex with how much paint there is on these armors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're very proud of themselves.
I think one of you said it last time. It's basically the RKF figures when you don't have stickers, and now I can't
Yeah.
unsee that whenever I look at them. It's just like
Yeah, that's,
SHODO at its worst for 01 is still like on par, if not better, than RKF.
Yeah. I mean, I'd wager to say better because you're getting more for the price, and then also, I feel like a better hand swap.
yeah.
More
I wonder what Mega House thinks of this.
Unreasonable.
They're feeling pretty mega, not ultra.
Oh yeah, my favorite part about the entire Flying Falcon post is that you could just, I know you can see it in the show, but you like Rising Hopper's head is just peeking out behind Flying Falcon's.
Yeah.
Just like Garen behind that pillow.
This is so angrily adorable.
Yeah, just on the side. Yeah, just both grass.
Oh yeah. So, you know how all those parts are just kind of Rising Hopper just kind of off to the side. I actually, because the Toei production blog has kind of just been doing these cool little pieces of artwork. More on that in a moment, because I just had a question come to mind. It gives you a consistent look at how these forms look at the side. And I just realized, oh yeah, every single one of these has the exact same legs, so it's kind of justified to have these two different sticker sets. Because I
Open
figured,
your eyes.
real eyes. Anyway, I was just thinking when they first introduced that, I didn't really know that, so I just thought, I wonder if you're going to end up having like 2 or 3 different variations of like at least the leg stickers, and it turns out. No, these are pretty consistent with where the leg armor goes.
Oh, you mean like for, say, biting shark, it's
Yeah.
like similar. Okay.
That like they're all using the leg armor in the exact same place.
Hey, hold on. Look at the second leg picture. Now look at the top of the sticker. It ain't even on there.
Do what?
Like the sticker. It's like floating on top. It's like lifted a little bit.
Oh.
This is bothering me. That's not okay. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. So I did not realize how it'd be this accurate with my prediction for 0-1. He comes with the attaché caliber, and it's a
Attached
briefcase
caliber?
mode. Yeah.
Yay! Guys, let's talk about some meat. Because we can. Because none of it was removed.
Oh,
Nice.
I
Yes,
was really
thank
worried.
you. I got there. I knew the sentence was leading there. I was just finding out how it would it would make the full
You had to
rotation.
sort out all those tiddlywinks.
Yonk,
I've
yonk.
lost all the meat.
That's right. Thank you so much for the news of last week's blade mode without meat. See, I don't get it. The blade does have meat. Why is
no
it?
meat removal?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Come on, guys. All right, Google Translate's being weird.
Yeah.
Oh, really? They're just now.
Yeah,
being
Flying
weird.
Falcon's nice. I appreciate all this the painted stuff. Side by sides are always helpful.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I guess when they said that this level of quality won't be like around forever, I guess they meant it in the same way that the base body might not be around forever. Where they said there
Interesting.
because I'm saying that because I am just so surprised at how many of these have just got so much paint on them.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
so
I think it might be. I think again it might be the 0-1 body in particular. Like they didn't say too much about like pushing the cost on Vulcan. So maybe in upcoming sets we get like maybe one 0-1 form and then we load up on Vulcan and Valkyrie.
I mean, from what we can tell from like the first quarter, we only need 2 more 0-1 bodies. Like total.
I guess so, yeah.
Because we just need Flaming Tiger and Freezing Bear.
Man, I love that bear. I need that bear in my life.
I am really curious how they're going to handle that because if anyone hasn't seen the form, it is covered in translucent ice, and I don't
That's
know how.
why I love it.
And I don't know how SHODO is going to tackle that one. That's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, I think it'll just be with a sticker.
If there's potential for it to look really cheap.
Yeah,
There is.
I'm curious how they're going to handle his mammoth form.
EX mechanics. We've gone through this, Josh.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Oh, that
Mammoth
is
form and bike.
ridiculous. Like, I knew that it was a big mech suit. I didn't realize it was also a jet and a satellite.
Yeah, I mean, it's Japan. Something can't just be one thing. It has to be 10 different things.
Yep.
I'm curious. I don't think they would do this, but I'm curious if because if you haven't seen the satellite mode, it's got a progress key on the side. So I'm wondering if that'll be like consistent with any sort of mini roleplay toy.
Well, like, it's probably going to do the same thing. At least in the show, it's going to do the same thing with the bike. He calls it, and then a bigger phone happens, and then it turns into it.
Well,
So it probably has a progress key. The bigger
Malunis
progress
means,
key
like,
happens.
Other little.
I meant like
mini
the SHODO
clock
version. Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
is that just going to be like something fully unique to it, like the Time Machine Ride Watch head? I don't know.
I can't wait until numerous progress keys are used, and they only give you like 2 progress keys and like
Oh,
other
boy.
stickers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where is that key going to go in the mecha mode? I never actually noticed that.
Yeah,
On
I'm
the
not sure.
arms, it's just on the...
Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah, that could totally be something that they do.
Mm-hmm.
It's
EX
just
mechanics. Can't wait.
with the bike. Yep.
Yep.
And the,
Alright, cool.
The best image in this this post about Flying Falcon is just seeing the complete box set.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
My favorite image is 0-1 being hit in the head with the suitcase.
Yeah, I was about to
That-
say, there's a string of 3 images that contend for top dog here.
That's fair. I was about to say, Corey, you're lying. You know that the complete box set is a good thing.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I know.
The
Looks
briefcase
so
shot is pretty
beautiful.
good, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like that they actually like recreated that from the show. That's funny.
Okay, so we have gotten to the end of Flying Falcon. Can I bring up the other 01 related thing I wanted to bring up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
So, like I brought up before, the Toei production blog that posts photos for every upcoming episode has been doing this cool thing where they show artwork of each writer and their form. Like the ones that debuted in the latest episode.
Those.
Do what?
I've been loving that. That's been great every week.
Yeah, McDonald's.
They love to see us smile. So, the thing that they've also been doing that is very cool is that they've shown some what-if forms. Like, what if 01 had Shooting Wolf? And it's a completely different design.
Mm-hmm.
And they also did that for Punching Kong, and apparently they have now gone back and added Rushing Cheetah.
Yes, they have.
Cool.
So that leaves me wondering, are we going to see those in SHODO?
I would love for them to do that.
It would be completely valid for them to do it because they have like this fleshed out design from multiple angles to work with.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of this is a completely new thing that the blog is doing, so it's like this is something that's unprecedented. So I don't know if SHODO will do it or not.
And it's also possible that these could show up in the show at some point.
Maybe.
I mean, there's nothing that says that it wouldn't happen necessarily.
Just a budget.
Yeah.
You're
I mean,
right,
it's kind of like it's kind of like how Power Rangers did those not show forms and not show Rangers. Like, I'd like to see Bandai proper branch out into those.
I am fascinated that they are only showing. I mean, I get it because like 01's the main rider of the show, but I am fascinated that they're not showing like Vulcan with Flying Falcon or something like that, for an example.
Mm-hmm.
That is a little bit disappointing, but I get it.
I totally get it too.
And
but it's still cool to see 01 with everything.
And I'm just showing this one to you guys because I'm like, I don't know how SHODO is going to handle that foot.
New foot mold. Like, that's the only way that they can handle.
I guess so.
And for context, it's Rushing Wolf.
Shooting Cheetah.
Shooting Wolf on top of 01.
Yeah, and it's just got like these blue armor bits just covering the shoes.
Yeah.
It actually looks pretty similar to Vulcan's foot.
I think it's a different design.
Yeah, that's different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
Vulcan's...
the flare to it.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at the sort of wave layout where it shows us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It has like these hole punches in 2 and 3. I don't know what that's about. For a second I thought, wait, are these molded slightly differently? But no, it's just like chunks taken out of the.
What are you talking about?
You know how I've been talking about those full wave layouts, like what of each is coming in.
Yeah.
Or what's all coming in one thing.
There's just like a white dot covering some of it for no good reason. That's
weird. You know what?
Maybe
what
an
if like
mistake?
Yeah, what if they had like that 6 circles .png that they put over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then they moved it over without fully removing it. I don't know.
No dot removal.
No dot removal. Guys, guess what? At the end of this post, it says that the reservations for the complete set will go up on October 4th. That's when reservations will start. And also it says, so this complete set with each web shop 10-4 parentheses gold. What does that mean?
What? I think that's just showing the day.
Why does it say gold?
That is the kanji for that day of the week.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I learned something new today.
What is 10-4? Is that Friday? Yeah, it is Friday.
Yeah. Friday for them, but it's going to be Thursday for us, so keep your eyes peeled. So basically this is saying, because I looked on AmiAmi recently, because I want to make sure I pre-order this, and they had put up the complete the box, and not the set. The box is the one with extras. The set does not have extras. The box went up for... it went up a while ago, and I missed the pre-order window. And I was wondering why they didn't put the set up. So I was glad I didn't catch it, because otherwise I might have like freaked out and got it. But now it's saying the reservations will start October 4th. So again, keep your eyes peeled. Look at HLJ. Look at AmiAmi. Look at, I don't know about, not Mandarake. I mean, just your preferred shopping site.
I don't know how long I'll go into this line, but I do intend on picking up the first set. So
fantastic. I mean, you gotta at least get Rushing Cheetah.
That's true.
And Hirobi and Jin.
I would love Hirobi and Jin, but also...
Oh, and you could get some extra forms in there. Thouser.
That's like going to be like set 6.
Mm-hmm.
And all the waves that have Zio and... well, actually, no. We already established Greece is probably premium Bandai.
Yeah. We'll see.
Well, I mean, we'll just see. I just like money. Money reasons.
But yeah. So this is cool stuff. Now, Josh.
Hello.
It's your turn.
It is.
You know what to talk about.
I do. So, this week they decided to begin showcasing one by one the Another Riders for Set 2, which is coming out on the same day that AI Set 1 comes out, so October 28th, so right at the end of the month. We have known what these 4 were going to be for such a long time, but now they're just doing like the individual showcases, just kind of showing off all the stickers and everything about them. So this week they started off with Another Den-O. So Another Den-O is shown off here with like the SHODO Chronicle Den-O and things like that, which makes sense. Just like Another Set 1, the heads are going to be fully painted because they are made out of PVC. Yeah. Because it's just easier because of all the intricate details, and so they're fully painted because stickers don't really work well on that plastic and things like that. And also, so
they said specifically they used a plasticizer to soften the PVC, and that influences the sticky part of the sticker.
Yeah, it's a bunch of technical things with the plastic.
And I'm open to learning. Thank you for putting that in there, Soto Blog. Thank you, G-Man.
I was going to say, thank you for teaching us things that we still don't understand.
Yeah.
Right. No, I mean, it's cool. I like how they explain like how they do that and everything. Because, I mean, the riders, they're pretty intricate. So, I mean, for Set 1, it was the same way where all the heads they came like fully painted and ready to go.
And I also appreciate that they basically went out of their way to perhaps over-explain same rules as the first wave.
Yeah, basically.
Just so you know.
But here they're also explaining it was also because of Another Den-O has those long horns, so those wouldn't snap off or things like that. Just
also got some open hands, I just realized.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he does. There's other pieces on him that are kind of like flexible plastic. Some of the I don't even know what to call it, but part of the chest armor is kind of like that, flexible as well. And you have the script pieces are removable, just like it's very similar to Another Gaims from Set 1. It's a slightly different mechanism, but kind of the same idea. He has 4 swords that are removable. You can only use 2 at a time, although you might, maybe you could get all 4 if they like double hold them. I'm not sure.
Oh.
But I think you'll ever use 2 at a time anyway. But so he has 4 of those, and they can all clip onto the sides of him. But the big thing really is that they showed off the sticker seals that will be included, and back in Set 1 they only included the years that were on the original versions of the Another Riders. So like Build had 2017, for example. But another Deno, which is something that I've been worried about ever since I saw it back in episode 40 when he was on the show. Because another Deno first showed up in Heisei Generations Forever. And in that movie, he had 2007 on him, because that's the year that Deno happened. And then when he showed up in the show, he had 2019 on him. So they're going to give you a sticker for each of them, but you have to choose which version that you want. So that's fun.
You were cutting out in between, but did you mention that all of them are gonna have it?
I was just about to.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. But yeah, as Corey just said, the other 3 figures from set 2, so another Forze, another Double, and another O's, will also include 2 versions of their year sticker. So yeah, that's a thing.
So there's an interesting discussion to sort of be had here.
Yeah.
Initially, I was pretty miffed that, you know, there were, like, at least Deno was going to have 2. And I was like, oh, shoot, now I have to buy an extra Deno. And then, you know, my quick thought was, like, if it's just Deno, then I'm going to have to buy an extra Deno and either track him down for an upcharge or track down another set and then just have extras of the rest. But luckily, like, to soften the blow, they said, no. All of them have the alternate ones.
Well, the thing is about that is, well, I agree with you, like, it's easier to just get a full set and you can have both versions. I just wish that set 1 would have done this too.
Yeah.
If they were going to go through with this, which I was kind of surprised set 1 didn't have that. I mean, I was kind of happy he didn't, but I also was kind of surprised because there are versions of the riders who were in the first set who had the 2019 stickers.
Well,
I know Gaim, for a big
thinking.
example, had it.
My thinking is that they were so far into production already that they didn't know that the show was going to make that switch.
That's fair.
Until it was too late.
That's fair.
And then now with this next one, they were able, with the benefit of hindsight, to add
plan
those
ahead.
in.
Yeah.
I'm wondering though if those stickers will be made available. Like at the end of this post or this series of posts, they could extend it to 4 posts, or they could like double up 1 week or whatever. But at the end of it, maybe they'll say, "Hey, we also have an extra sticker sheet in there for alternate stickers for your and other figures."
I would definitely see SHODO doing that. I could definitely see that happening.
I was actually surprised they didn't double up already because we've known about these for so long.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I'm still hoping that when I didn't expect it on the first post, but I'm hoping by the time we get to the 4th and we kind of end off set 2 that we get some kind of an official announcement for a set 3. And as well as I would appreciate them making those. I don't know how much I would be. I don't know how much I'd really be considering buying extras to have both sticker sets, but I at least would appreciate it if they had this option 2 for set 1 available somewhere.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just have to see.
Like, yeah, my big thing is if I'm not able to financially do that yet, I would like the possibility later down the line.
Right. Like for now, I prefer going with the original years.
Yeah.
So I'll just stick with that.
My thought was, I guess, first of all, just give me the originals, but also, I would not commit to the alternate sticker until we saw another ZO2, because what is the point of having those then?
True. Here's the thing though. Wasn't Blade one of the first ones to show up with 2019?
It was the first one too.
Yeah. So in order to be consistent with your entire thing, and they do Blade, wouldn't you want 2019 on all of them?
That assumes that they would actually include years that weren't in the show. That's something that SHODO doesn't normally do. Like, you remember early SHODO when they made Drive Armor and said, this is a Gates exclusive form.
No. But that's what I'm saying. Blade's going to have 2019. So all the rest of your figures aren't going to look consistent if they have their regular years instead of 2019.
You're screwed
So this
either way.
is also assuming
Okay.
assuming they actually give you stickers for 2019 for Build, Gaim, Xaid, and Fives.
Yes.
So
That's why I
actually,
said, assuming they don't, you're screwed either way.
That's
back
true.
to what Malunis was mentioning. I actually, while you guys just were talking there, I went to Geo episode 28 to check if when they showed up with the original Another Geo, if they had new numbers or not. They did not. So back in the original Another Geo arc, they still had their original years, and it was not until Another Geo 2 that they had the 2019s.
Okay.
Yep.
So
I just, I assume that that's a product of Geo2's powers that turns them into 2019.
right. I mean, Deno was an exception because he showed up separately in the show before Another Geo 2. And so I was not surprised by at least him having the two different stickers, because there are technically two different main versions of Another Deno.
Mm-hmm.
So that I understood, and I'm fine
Man,
with that.
this is
but
quite the mess.
it is it's just kind of frustrating.
And
I
also,
get it,
but my rationale behind getting the two different versions, allowing myself to get the say 2017 version of Build and then also wanting a 2019 version of Build. My rationale behind that was that the 2017 version, or their year version, that's a different character, right? But the 2019 version is just a manifestation of Geo2's powers.
yeah, the
They're just
2019
moves.
versions are just summons.
No, yeah, but then we go back to Blade again, the Blade example. She shows up with 2019.
Blade, Agito, Hibiki, and Kabuto all only have 2019 versions.
Basically,
Yeah, and those are technically characters
Right, they are.
and
rather than the...
And
They
I believe
should've-
Drive
I
does
bet-
as well.
I basically said this off before we started recording. This is really just the fault of the show for randomly changing the dates on them and not really giving an explanation for why they're different.
Yeah.
And what's disappointing is that, for a majority of these, where their years are, is a place where you can't just, replace it with another piece to change it out.
Yeah.
For example, Gaim's year is on his shoulder pad. You technically could just release two shoulder pads, but what's one? I guess Deno here technically, or Xaid's maybe a better example. Xaid's is on the back, and that's a little more difficult to replace.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of depends, because they're all over the place. Or if you look at the picture of the four ones for set 2, Double has it right on the leg.
Mm-hmm.
Just places that you really could only do sticker work on that.
Yeah. I wonder, Geo 2 did technically summon Forza and Fives at the same time. That doesn't make sense to me.
What?
That's the only thing that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else wrong with that at all.
I appreciate the photos where they're trying to recreate the shot from the Deno arc, where all these different things are fighting him, and there's just a picture of Gata Kiriba fighting.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
My favorite image.
We can't do this yet. We're sorry.
That looks like something someone would just Photoshop together, but it's actually on the official blog post. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
They didn't even bother
they
cutting
also had a little exchange with D-Man. The Google Translate screwed it up, but that's all I see. So, of SHODO Chronicle responsible, D-Man Senior says, SHODO-O over of Gatakiriba sample of to not yet. As their G-Man, I'm supposed to make a large amount together also? I'm sure there's a D-Man quote in there. I'd really want to understand what it is. Google Translate's just not telling me.
Yeah.
So, that is a good plug for Malunis' Tokusatsu Network posts over on the Tokusatsu Network for the SHODO blog. So whenever that gets translated.
I'm also looking at this now. A sample of stratified oat rattle?
Oat rattle!
Oh my god, never gets old.
Stratified oat rattle? What does that mean?
That sounds
Wait,
like a
where-
third-party Transformer name.
Where was
I've
that at?
ne-
Oh, it is.
Stratified oat rattle. Yeah, stratified oat rattle is my favorite third-party Transformer. Stratified. Is stratified even a word? Stratified. What does that mean?
Frozen stratified. Anyway, they make sure to let you know that, yes, this another Den-O has an overwhelming armor.
Form or arrange into strata. That didn't help. Socially stratified cities. Arrange or classify.
I also... I brought this up with you. One of my favorite things... I don't think this is translated properly, but when he was name-dropping the first... or the second double set, it was named after the episode title format, Under the Wheel of A and S That Never Stops. And I'm pretty sure this part didn't translate properly. It just says it shouldn't stop, period.
It shouldn't. Well, my personal favorite part of the blog was when G-Man decided to give us some words of encouragement. Even a single person is awesome and cool. So, guys, take that to heart. Even a single person is awesome and cool. If you don't have someone in your life, you're awesome and cool. Thanks, G-Man. And that was the blog.
He knows his audience.
But yeah, I mean,
So
good stuff
know.
all around. It was stuff
Oh.
we already sort of knew about, which is kind of sad, but...
Oh, and the most pointless hype for next week, which was, I guess the good thing is that we know that they're going to immediately start revealing AI-02.
Yeah.
But then they say, could the first character in the wave, be that character, ?
It says it's the first character in the second bullet, that character?
Yeah,
What color was the text?
Red.
it didn't have one.
Okay.
That's why I said it's the most pointless hype thing.
Yeah, great. I
It's
mean,
probably-
like, even if the text was orange or something, that might indicate something,
Yeah,
could
I mean,
literally be anything.
It's
Yeah,
definitely going to be
also,
Valkyrie.
Yeah, probably. But also, I was going to say that at this point, they've also established that character could just mean alternate form.
True.
Yeah.
They do see that as something separate, so...
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I mean, if the text was black, it wasn't highlighted, or it wasn't bold, was it?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Was not so bold? Okay, never mind. Because I was going to say Punching Kong, but...
No, I mean, it makes
Oh,
sense
well.
Valkyrie would be next.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
possible, because next weekend is when Valkyrie gets her Lightning Hornet form.
Mhm.
They might maybe
They're
they could
already
tease-
so far behind.
They are. I mean, not really. They're just behind by 3 things.
Yeah, I mean, that if you're trickling out one a week, then that's pretty behind.
Or 4 things. I forgot about Flaming Tiger.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But yeah.
because that happened
Oh,
tonight.
no.
You know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Yeah. So, are we done with the blog post?
Yeah,
I
on
think
to
so.
the one little bit of Sentai news.
Yeah. All right. So, Josh, since you brought this up to the group again, why don't you take this one?
Okay, so this past week, the full, it's not all the press shots, but at least one press shot to kind of show off the whole layout of the wave for Yudo Set 3 we found on Twitter. So this one is going to have we already knew based on an image a couple weeks ago that it was going to have a repeat of Ryusoulger and whatever the generic grunts of the series are called. But they're also going to have a repeat of Ryusoulger in there as well. So if you missed either one of them from set 1 or 2, there's another chance. They're also going to have the Shadow and Shine Raptor, I think is what they're called. Armors and the Pakiguru armor are going to be included in this as well. So basically, it's just a set of 3 armors, 2 repeats, and a grunt. So
Yay!
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Whoa!
So you and I had this exchange about this this wave setup on Twitter, but I'm also going to add, you know how we've talked about before how Sentai doesn't seem to do well as a figure line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kind of reminded me why.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
I guess
they don't deviate from their main suit as much as Rider does.
Well,
so
I
not,
mean,
like...
to be honest, though, like, unless they wanted to include Max Ryusoulger in the Pteranodon armor in here, which are the only things they're really missing, or no, there's the other power-up as well. So there's like 3 things missing from this set that they'll have to put in like a 4th set if they're going to make them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess
it's...
Just to provide context for where I'm coming from on this, because of the way that these wave-based things work, they kind of have to keep a figure in circulation, because, you know, every wave is probably someone's first wave, so
yeah,
you can't just release a bunch of armor on its own and then expect that there might be a figure
no,
still in stock.
I get that.
I was
totally
speaking
get that.
I was speaking for the audience.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm speaking for me, though. I don't want extras. Give me an opportunity to not get them. Like, I
mean,
do
like...
what's... Like, SHODO learned their lesson. They were like, oh, hey, the fans don't want tons of armors without bodies. Well now with 0-1, we're going to change that.
They could have even done something where, like, the red that they included in set 3, or really even set 2, but at least now that since we have red for a 3rd time, they could include it and be like, oh, it's Master Red this time. And
I'm already reserving one of them for Master Red, and this next
fair.
gold could be a Master Gold. But at
True.
some point, getting another red, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Like,
yeah.
Sell it.
Sell it to who? Who's going to want just the Red Ranger?
You know what? I was going to make the joke where you said SHODO learned, and then I was going to say, yeah, the blog calls out to its handful of Yudo fans for feedback. I don't know. There's probably more fans. I'm just assuming because Sentai figures, you know, we've talked about that.
Yeah, like I maintain that Yudo is to the mini plot line as Ride Plus is to Geo. If that makes sense.
Right.
Like it's not the main line, it's just this branch off of the regular line. Hello?
Do what?
Oh, I was just saying that it's a branch off to the regular line. I'm probably gonna have to cut the part just then because I feel like some internet connection happened, but I won't because I'm lazy. Hello? Is anyone there?
Hi.
You went silent for a bit.
That's interesting.
It was just Corey cutting out completely.
Wow. Cool. Alright. Well, I don't feel like editing it, so we're just gonna keep going. Yeah?
That's fair.
Good?
Sure.
Cool?
That's fine.
Awesome!
We're all happy.
So
We're
that
fine.
Ryusoulger stuff's happening.
It is.
And, cool. Let's talk about some SHODO-O, huh? Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Ooh,
we got
wait,
you got
we'll do 10 minutes of this stuff. So, SHODO-O is one of the rare occasions where in one box that you purchase, you get 2 full sets. I was absolutely elated. Not to mention that this comes with some pretty decent figures. Like, my main draw for this set, and the set comes with another Agito, Kaiza, Shadow Moon, Gel Shocker President, and an accessory box. I was really hyped for Kaiza. All the rest of the stuff is pretty ho-hum. Like, I could put my another Agito next to my another figures, but
it's not the same scale.
Huh?
It's not the same scale.
They're not. I mean, they almost are.
It's
but
like
they're not.
It's like a bunch of high schoolers got infected.
Oh no. But yeah, I do like this set, and the same sort of issues I have with Shoto in general apply. Like, I really like their approach to the shoulder armor, because I think it's neat, but I guess I appreciate the idea behind it, but I don't like it as much in practice. What they do is have this soft pliable plastic for the shoulders, the shoulder armor. The shoulders are just regular fine joints, so whenever you're posing it, the shoulder armor will sit back in place. But what it'll also do is fight against the shoulder, that range of motion, or the shoulder or the arm will fight against the shoulder armor, and you get warped plastic for a little bit. You can't leave them in arms out poses too long. So I don't know, for Shoto, just always keep that in mind. Outside of that, I was from day one, I was really wondering what the heck was up with the gel shocker. Like, I know for sure that there's not going to be an articulated body under those red robes. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, it's just two shells of plastic snapped together. And honestly, I was fine with that. Mostly because if you look at the wave as a whole, you're getting Kaiza, a really well-painted Kaiza, with the drop legs that you get on all the shodo-x figures, and then a really well-painted Shadow Moon, a really well-painted another Agito. There's gotta be something outside of maybe the accessory box that offsets the cost, and I feel like, you know, the thing they did was make an entire, like, 2 shelled pieces of plastic figure, and that's how we got the gel shocker president. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I can figure for that existing.
It also gives them the opportunity to do the alternate heads.
Yeah, which is nice. And another thing is, like, a lot of these figures tie into the Shoto sets so far. Like Gel Shocker, he lines up with Kamen Rider Ichigo and Nigo. And then Kamen Rider Kaiza lines up with their Fi's release. Shadow Moon lines up with their Black and Black RX. And then another Agito lines up with Agito, which is coming out, I think, either this month or next. Yeah.
Oh, that got released first.
Yes, it did.
That seems unique.
I mean, I guess if you have a box that is sort of tying everything together, you know what I mean? Like, it has to come out in between those things are coming out, since Shoto is such a slow burn.
Oh no, I was actually complimenting it, like, wow, another Agito getting that sort of attention.
Oh yeah, I love it. And, like, he had the support of you know, the appetite for another riders. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he was pushed a little more.
I was gonna say he also had the support of fans, because wasn't this like a poll thing?
Yeah, that too. But, like, they took, it feels like they took the polls into consideration, but didn't quite follow it to a T. Like, I'm sure they'll put certain heavy hitters in, like, they'll wait on those and put those in separate boxes. Like, what's the snake guy from
Oja?
Yeah. He's coming out later, and I'm pretty sure he was high on that list. Same with the horse Orphanok.
They basically just made a whole second wave, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And oh yeah, and it's coming with, like, Shodo-O to me seems so smartly done. Like, it responds to the main line, it responds to fan fan contributions, like, it's really hard in my mind for Shodo-O to go wrong. Or at least not hit a very, I guess, satisfying mark, because this next set is going to have the Black Dragon.
Ryuga?
Black Ryuga? Yeah. Like, the entire dragon, though. And Ryuki. Or Ryuga. And, like, again, like, that's reusing the molds, something that people wanted, and I don't know, I think it's like the smartest thing to do. Yeah. But anyway, the set itself, Kaiza is a lot of fun. The legs, they're not as mobile as you think they would be for whatever reason. But at least with Kaiza, it's more or less fine. I really wish that they'd switch to a swivel waist rather than the ball joint in the torso, because the chest armor always sort of clangs with everything else, especially since they're like bigger and hang down a little lower. Or at least add an extra little something there just to give me a bit more range of motion. But outside of that, Kaiza's great. I had some issues with another Agito in that its wing, cape wing pieces, those didn't fit in perfectly, and I had to shave down the ball joint of, I think, his right one, and then the left one was slightly too loose, and I haven't really fixed that at all. So I don't know if that's like a running issue, but it happened on the regular wing set that it comes with and the extra wing set that comes in the accessory pack. The accessory pack, by the way, really rounds out the stuff. Like, there's in terms of Kaiza's stuff, there's nothing else you can give him outside of his side basher. And another Agito definitely doesn't need anything else. He gets his extra head, he gets extra hands, all that good stuff, and the extra wings for posing. Shadow Moon, I don't know enough about him, but I like him. He's pretty, he's cool. He comes with like 2 extra swords, a regular sword in hand, a sheath, and a hilt to plug onto that sheath to make it look like you've sheathed the sword, and then also take it out to have an empty sheath. I like that. That's a neat touch.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that's basically all Shadow Moon needs.
Yeah, but there are two swords that look like they're repaints from Jetman that he used to fight Black and Black RX or something with. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah. The swords that Shadow Moon uses are pretty basic looking. Yeah.
And then lastly, because like I don't want to go too in depth with the accessories, but boy, the really weird inclusion of the guardrails. I don't need these, but
if you're someone who takes photos, then you might want them.
Here's the thing, though. These are molded in white plastic. I don't know why we couldn't just get this in a gray or anything. I feel like that'd be a lot more effective. But I guess that's me just nitpicking about a thing that I definitely don't want anyway, and I wouldn't anyway.
I was about to say, you just said, I don't think we need these. They're not in gray plastic.
Yeah, well, okay. But I don't know, it's such a weird inclusion. But Shoto's built up enough goodwill. I can understand just padding out the waves. You can add a little extra money in some areas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Plus, what I was saying before with those is that Shodo is basically focusing on motorcycles, so it actually makes sense to have something that you can display motorcycles with.
Not a road or anything, just, the guardrails.
Supply your own diorama.
Right. It would be cool if at some point they did give us, like, those PDFs of just dioramas. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But and really, that's the only major line-wide critique I can give. And again, I can forgive the Gel Shocker cape accessory. He's little more than an accessory, because that's not a toy.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do anything with that thing. So
to be fair, the only time I've ever seen him, he is just standing there, so it tracks.
But I don't know, man. What a waste of plastic. Anyway, the great part about this is that you get 2 sets, so you can share with a friend, nice. And I did. I was able to do that, so it makes me very happy. Anyway, those are my thoughts on SHODO-O. Malunis, we've got time. We've got time for Ride 10.
We got rider time.
Ooh, subs. Let's talk about Ride 10 for once, for real. Oh my god, we're here.
Anyway, that's the show, guys. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for watching. No.
Grand Zeo.
Yes. I don't like the fact that you had to put stickers over a hole.
Oh, you do? I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
That figure is sitting downstairs in the mailroom.
Yes.
So I will have it soon.
Yeah. I mean, it's dumb, but like when you're playing with it and when you're displaying it, it's not too noticeable. So I guess I can kind of understand it. There's enough surface area to keep it up.
Because I was about to say, it's covering up a hole, so where's the complaint so far? And then you said it's not too noticeable. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, my thing is, like, if you're handling it or playing with it a little too much, it might cave in. That's what I'm worried about long term. Another thing I'm worried about long term is that this guy has gold plastic on him, and we've seen that Bandai is not immune to gold plastic syndrome with RKF grease.
Ooh.
So I'm worried about this thing.
You know what? While we're on the subject of worrying about things, the helmet, it's in order to get those pointy bits in there, that's partially PVC.
Yes.
I believe it's just pegged in there, so you could theoretically remove it. I would actually suggest just gluing it on, because if you've applied all the stickers, that means that there's a sticker holding those two pieces together. Mm-hmm. If for some reason the head comes off, that sticker's going to get torn.
Yeah, I've lost my chance to do that. I wish I would have known to begin with.
That's why we should have reviewed this sooner.
Oh no! But no, honestly, when we were about to the first time, this was the first one I was doing frantically. And I didn't have time for a breather to sort of realize, oh no, this might not be a good idea.
Oh, Corey.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I do remember that came up in an episode where I think I was talking, and at some point you just talked over saying, "Are they trying to make me put a sticker over a hole?"
Yes,
I do.
Yes.
I do remember that now. Okay.
Yeah,
that's right. Because you were so happy about that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw something, I think from one of the major SHODO customizers, where someone created a sticker pattern with more detailed versions of the rider stickers.
Nice.
And
oh, really?
I have an extra Grand Geo. I might try it. Depending on if I can get a hold of those files or not.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how those look.
Yeah, me too.
I do like how these look, though. That being said.
Yeah, definitely. Like, this is easily some of the best uses of sticker detail that SHODO has. It's even all over the belt, and I'm absolutely blown away.
Yeah, like, this is honestly kind of putting some figure art stuff to shame. Because, like, you've seen the Zeo figure arts?
I have.
The ride watches are completely blank. Not even an attempt at a sticker. That's dumb. That's also disappointing because not too long ago, I think earlier this year, I got SH Figure Arts Gaim. Gaim had just printed detailing on the little lock seeds. And those are about the same size as the right watch, so it's like, what happened? Did they scale back?
They can't even like include like a sticker, like at least.
I don't know. I feel like the cost of production keeps going up and up, and
that's what I was saying is
to fight it.
I was just saying that I guess they're scaling back in quality, just because they have to.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. Like this, here's the thing with figure arts. Like, I don't think they'd do it if they didn't have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, especially now because I think they've upped the cost of figure arts in general, just because they're now more collector oriented.
Yeah. What else came in this set?
Well, I guess
we got some more decade armor, right?
Yeah, O's Tajador and O's Ghost Grateful.
Going in order, we have Wo's Ginga.
Oh, okay.
Your favorite one to collect.
Oh, yeah. Corey loves that one.
Okay, so here's my thing.
No,
I just got so fed up with at least trying to track them down. I was like, okay, just take more of my money. I'm going to buy extra sets of this. 2 extra sets of this release. So I could not only get my extra Wazes, but I could have extra, the extra bodies for what we'll talk about next, the Decade Armor, or the extra armors, and then another extra one for the upcoming set, Ride 11. So it kind of worked out, but now I just have an extra Grand Geo, one of which Josh bought off me, and then just bodies. Decade bodies floating around. I guess I can pair them with my leftover Geo armors.
I guess
sure.
The meme world would call this stonks.
What?
Am I the only
I guess you're not familiar with that.
Oh, okay, I get it.
No, okay.
That was funny.
Moving on. Wo's Ginga, looking good.
He is. The only thing that baffles me about it, and like this is coming from me very much liking this figure and the base body. I don't understand why the 2 extra heads didn't have the level of molded detail that
I wonder if that was possibly because of the cape that costs millions of yen to make.
Or, I mean, on the flip side, I don't know why they didn't just give me 3 of the same head.
Yeah.
And then, don't give me as much detail for, Was Finally. And then I would be none the wiser. I'd be like, okay, all the detail is coming from the sticker. I'm okay with that.
Finally, it's the main form, so...
I guess you're right. Another issue, again, this is coming from me very much liking this figure. Another complaint I have is that there's no place to store enough of the heads. Which is pretty bothersome.
That classic issue with the display stand.
Yes. And initially, during this time, Den-O came out. Den-O Chronicle 1 came out, and I was trying to fabricate my platform, what I would do for platform, and I was thinking, well, since Ginga doesn't use the regular shoulders for Waz, he has just regular shoulders. Sure, they have holes in them, but they are just regular shoulders that can be painted and filled in and sort of like smoothed down. So initially, I was thinking, wow, there's extra value here because I can use them for Den-O. But I was able to find another alternative, which I'll talk about some other time because I'm formulating an idea for that. Ooh. But initially, I thought this had extra value because you had those shoulders. But it does not.
So throw it away.
Yes. But no, another thing that I wasn't really fond of was anytime we're putting a sticker over a domed piece. So
wrinkles.
That's just unfortunate. Yeah. I mean, weirdly, the discs on the shoulders went on pretty easy. I appreciate that, but man, yeah, the wrinkles all over this thing, not the best look, but I'll live with it. Like, again, I'm going for completion and playability, not necessarily for detail. So, this works out.
So, I don't have a clever transition. Decade armor.
Decade armor!
Pose form and ghost form. Kind of
That's
rounding
right.
out the ones that appeared in the show.
So, with, what is it? Grand being in the same set as Grateful, I really just enjoyed placing stickers where they were meant to
flat
go.
surface.
Yeah, like there was a nice recess for it too, and Ghost Grateful, it just highlighted that. I really enjoyed doing those stickers because it's such a welcome change.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how different the engineering is on the candy toys for Ghost, because as I was looking at this in person, I was thinking, I wonder if it's possible to kind of cobble together a SHODO Ghost. Just like using
I
do
have at least 3 of the Ghost candy toy figures.
Mm-hmm.
The head is definitely going to be very different.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
like I think, yeah, the heads and the shoulders are very different. Like the shoulders peg on they peg on the side. They pegged on really weird, is what I'm saying. So you might not be able to like secure them the way you want, unless you steal the mechanism from this figure. The heads are smaller and slimmer, so and the whole connection scheme is off, and the chest does not separate like Decade Armor does.
So not that easy.
No, I like this figure though. I like it a lot.
Yeah. That's always the cool thing about the Decade Armor forms. Like, from a design standpoint, there are people who have the criticism is that it kind of feels a little bit lazy from a design standpoint. To me, it kind of makes sense. And it also separates it from the Rider armors aesthetically.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
I feel like it's the laziest thing for the TV show to do, but the hardest thing for the toy side to do.
That's what I was going to get to, is that some people think of it as a lazy thing from a design standpoint, but then when I look at the SHODO figures, it's like, I can see they basically had to make a whole figure.
Yeah. Just about.
For a series they'd never even made into SHODO. And then in the case of O's, hey, they got most of the work done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that I'm glad worked out for them.
Yeah. And I think between these two, Ghost Form, very good. I like Grateful as a design, but I think because of how underused the O's form is, I think it's a little bit more interesting to me.
Yeah, because like they poured so much more into it.
Yeah, and
just
also
because there was gonna be another SHODO release of it, so they were able to instead of like shelving it. That's so cool. And
because most of the red is actually painted on, you can kind of improve it even further by just using like one of those thin-tipped Gundam markers. All that molded detailing.
Oh yeah, like the panel lining markers. Yeah.
As opposed to if all this was sticker, you can't really draw on a sticker.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. It's just that then you have to go through the process of sealing it, because if you end up playing with those, if you've handled Gundam marker for any amount of time on figures, it'll crack and it'll rub off. Like, I personally don't mind that happening after the paint is applied, but it's the fact that like it's on your fingers, and if you touch another figure that's possibly white, that figure's ruined. That's all gone. You can't play with that one anymore. You got to trash it and get a new one.
Speaking from experience, huh?
Yes, unfortunately.
I saw a photo recently where it was just this guy's desk where he keeps all his paint, and it's just 2 different mugs. One is labeled paint water, and the other's labeled not paint water. It's like, what's the story behind this picture?
Yeah, something happened there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is another one of those waves where you can say they finished off some stuff. Like, they finished off Geo's final form, they finished off Woze's forms, and they finished off Decade Armor, at least for the show. Ran out of breath there.
The air in your lungs gave out toward the end of that sentence.
So that was, at the time, this was what I would assume to be the final Decade Armor sets.
Yeah.
At least for retail.
Mm-hmm.
The hunt was not over, unfortunately.
Nope. They said no.
Chuck Testa.
Yeah, nope, Chuck Testa. Dude, like, also, again, this is one of those that you could possibly buy 3 of and be slightly okay with. Or maybe that's just me. Because I did end up with a lot of extras. Yeah. But here's the thing, like, what is it? Mandarake didn't have, like, when they started listing these, the only thing that wasn't listed was Waz Ginga.
Oh.
Yeah, because I assume, like, at the storefront, people had bought those up in mass. They bought a lot of them,
I know what you meant.
So then eventually they came back, but then immediately left. So, I guess, you know, you're kind of forced to get extras through the sets. But this is one of the final stretches. You're almost done. Just bite the bullet and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's not a good thing to say. That's not a responsible thing. Maybe don't do that. See what happens. Do what's good
don't
for
be
your
like
wallet.
me.
Don't be like... Yeah, I like this set. It was a lot of finishers. But I don't know. There was something about the wave as a whole that, as much as I liked each of the individual pieces, like, they did not create a cohesive, like, aha, now I have this. You know, like, they built toward other things on their own. Like, oh, we get the end of Geo stuff, we get the end of Waz stuff, we get the end of Decade Armor stuff, but we didn't get, like, a, bam, this is it. Like, this is your whole set, and it has, like, this theme to it, and you're done. Like, I feel like what we were looking forward to in the movie set was like, hey, movie stuff, there it is, done.
Yep.
And that would have been, like, a fun little experience, but this is all a bunch of, like, different lines that, different, you know, threads that needed to be tied up. And
To me, it does still feel kind of like a pre-movie final wave, just because it is that point where they're not going to be introducing any more stuff in the show, and it took them a very long time to finish off the Decade Armors, but they finally did it here.
Yeah. But again, like, you know, to what you're saying, like, it is a feat. It is an accomplishment. But to me, it's just like, and now we're turning in the last of our homework. You know? I still like these figures. I still wanted the forms. I still really like, you know, everything there. It's just, as an experience, coming out of the box, it's not something... Like, it's not as themed as I would like it to be. And it's, you know... I don't know. Because, like, what I had been opening and enjoying around that time when I got it was +1, +2, Chronicle. Like, you get your complete little experiences.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, for me, I do like these. I like them a lot. It's just that, again, another, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also, here's the meme in the chat.
Good. Oh, yeah, something that the podcast listeners can see. Oh! Stop. Okay. I get you.
I love that.
All right. Cool.
So
Malunis,
with that...
what? Yeah. Did you have anything else?
No. I do want to like come back to these if you guys want to, like at some point write 11, and then I have always wanted us to all be able to do Ride Plus together.
Yes. Aww. Okay. Well, I mean, I was gonna say we could do that next week, but Malunis, you won't be here.
Possibly. Asterisk.
Asterisk.
Well, if you are, I'll have it stickered up. I'll be going home next weekend, and I'll be stickering it up while I'm home. So
nice.
That's right. We definitely can't talk Ride 2 together because Josh only got the end.
And the option parts.
Oh, and the option. Excuse me. You can also talk about the little memory friends. But yeah. You guys, anything else? Did you guys have anything else you wanted to say for this episode?
No, not really.
We're good. This is an episode.
All right, cool. So yeah, once again, guys, thank you for watching. And I want to give another major shout out to, and I'll bring his name up again, Peacemaker2448. You've always been commenting on all of our stuff. We really appreciate it, even though we don't always get to, like, in each of your comments you discuss a lot of topics, and then I just get overwhelmed and I don't respond back, but we really do appreciate reading them. And it does add a lot to the discussion. I guess we do talk about a lot of topics. I really appreciate continuing the conversation. And then, hey, also, today, or at least yesterday, was the release of Josh. You have your episode of SHODO Sundays going up.
That's right.
Hello?
Yeah, I said that's right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't hear you. Anyway, and then also yesterday was hopefully the release of another episode of the Soda Pop News, which is the same as Josh's show, except half of the information, but twice as long and more rambly. So
in its core.
Buckle in for that.
Filling in all the niches.
That's right. Niece? And don't forget, Malunis, as always, is doing the blog posts on the Tokusatsu Network, where those are all fully translated by actual translators, not just Google Translate and our dumb assumptions.
Well,
so
usually it's like 90% that, just me.
Well,
I was about to say, yeah, it is kind of Google Translate and dumb assumptions.
Okay, well, way to pull the curtain. Hey, and also don't forget our Twitter, which is weirdly growing quicker than our YouTube channel. Which I guess technically the Twitter might be the main attraction, since that's more instant. And if you guys like that, if you haven't heard about it yet, we have a Twitter account. Go ahead and check that out if you want like the more instant updates that go up on Saturday. We are recording this on Saturday, and it takes a while for this to go up, so there is lag time in between. If you don't want that, if you want instant stuff, go over to the Twitter. Also, there have been discussions among the three of us, because we love talking about SHODO, and we know that, well, at least me personally, I talk about it on multiple platforms with multiple people in each platform, or at least one or two more people. I was wondering if you guys would like a Discord server in order to get like, to talk about it each week, like have a dedicated place to make that happen, just because like I personally am tired of like, oh, I'll go into Chris Long's Discord chat, or I'll go into the RRR Discord chat and talk about it. And also I barely use those, so like I feel like I'd be more readily able to talk about things in a dedicated SHODO place, because I know not a lot of people care about it, but if we're in a dedicated space for that to happen, I feel like I'd be more open to doing so. So if you guys want a Discord server, we'd be open to opening one up. It's not like fans of SHODO Pop, it's just fans of SHODO getting together and talking about it. It's like, yeah. And we will inevitably shill our stuff there, but so yeah, if you're open to that, please go ahead and check that out. Or not check it out. It doesn't exist. Tell us if you want it. Leave it in the comments down below. And I'll probably say something about it on Twitter. Huh?
Do you want to be able to check it out in the future?
Yeah. Turns out I'm checked out. So guys, thanks for listening. Keep it juicy.
Fly like an eagle. No, wait, he's not an eagle. He's a falcon. Never mind.
Oh.
Dang it.
Yeah, Josh's audio immediately cut out when I feel like he was gonna start his outro, so I just assumed that he was saying it and didn't wanna.
Oh no, it didn't happen.
Oh. What?
I have no meat.
Yeah,
I'm so
no
confused.
meat removal. No tiddlywinks.
No tiddlywink. Only two. Two twid.
Not ultra.
We'll at least get 2 tiddlywinks.
Fly to the sky! Flying Falcon!
Spread your wings and prepare for a force.
SHODO-O!